At the Dakota Tipi First Nation band office, 9 eviction notices are sprawled out on a boardroom table. Each notice is addressed to a band member accused of using or selling drugs. They'll be given 24 hours to leave before the RCMP force them out. It's a last resort for the band council, who say they've done everything they can to combat the crisis.
We have to struggle for our people to survive, for our young people. It's tough having to bury a lot of young people. And we have another funeral to go. We're in a war. We're in a war against drugs, and we're losing that war.
In Dakota Tipi, located about an hour outside of Winnipeg, virtually everyone has lost a relative to an overdose or drug-related violence. Portage La Prairie RCMP say a 28-year-old female from the community was abducted and assaulted by 2 women on July 25th. Then, this past Sunday, Chief Pache's nephew, Kennedy Elk, was murdered in Winnipeg. Back in February, the community declared a state of emergency to combat the drug trade. Today, they're calling on the federal and provincial governments to take action and provide resources.
These health service agencies, they just don't seem to be getting it, that our people are dying. I think every community is going through the same issue that we are. It's a crisis. And we're trying our best to deal with it and help people, but at the same time, the resources aren't there to do it.
Dakota Tipi Finance Minister Miranda Smoke said members caught using drugs are given a written warning and connected to services. If they continue using, they are taken off traditional social assistance and moved to a food voucher program. As a last resort, they face eviction and banishment from the community.
If they're resistant to going to treatment, or they're flat out state that no, I don't need help, I'm fine, and they're in denial, then this would be our last draw.
A few kilometers from the band office, Councillor Carl Stone gives a tour of a former bed and breakfast the band currently rents. They hope to transform it into a treatment center, but they need more funding to make it happen. Stone ties disconnection from lands and culture to people turning to drugs to deal with trauma.
A trauma that our people had to endure from the loss of land and the loss of use to our lands and our medicine. And all that being stripped and taken away from our people have had to suffer that.
He believes a treatment center could help regenerate those connections, helping people heal.
The land is something that could be beneficial for our people's healing, and so that they could get the help that they need to get off the drugs that they're on.
Back in November, the band council demolished a drug house. Justice Coordinator Braden Pache says the land will soon be home to multifamily housing.
Like all First Nations, we lack housing, and so this will benefit the community lots by having a fiveplex and giving these young people a chance to be homeowners.
In June and July, the community received apologies from Portage La Prairie and the federal government for past wrongs. However, Chief Pache says funding, not apologies, will help the community heal.
It's depressing in a sense, when we all know what the issue is and we've been advocating that issue, but it's fallen on deaf ears.
With government support, he says Dakota Tipi would hire more healthcare professionals, build a treatment center, and expand its safety officer program to help curb the drug crisis. Sierra Bettens, APTN National News, Winnipeg.